The Philadelphia Eagles narrowly escape another loss, beating the Colts with a last-minute touchdown. Jalen Hurts showing why he's the MVP, and now everybody hates our coach Nick Sirianni. And, of course, the Dallas Cowboys. Thank you for helping us. We're going to talk about it. Let's get into it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today we are going to talk about some things, man. So the Eagles, like I said, they narrowly escape another defeat. You know, the Colts went out there and played one of the best games they're gonna play, and that's what we're gonna see. I said it last week, I'll say it again, man. We're going to see the best of every team that we play. We're gonna have to go out there and fire on all cylinders. Jalen Hurts looked amazing, MVP candidate, and we'll talk about that because that last drive really kind of put the nail in the coffin for me. But and then people are talking junk about our guy Nick Sirianni. I'm not really sure why. And obviously the Dallas Cowboys, they love the Eagles. They just don't want to admit it, and they help us out a little bit. So we're gonna talk about all that. Before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K. We would love for you guys to join that ride. So let's hop right into it. We'll start with the win because it was beautiful, right? And that'll piggyback kind of into what I was talking about Jalen Hurts. First of all, this defense played very, very well. This defense, outside of the first drive, and maybe you can nitpick a drive here or there that, you know, wasn't the greatest. Outside of that, this defense played very, very well. And I like what Linval Joseph brings to this team. I like what Ndamukong Suh brings to this team. Obviously, they're not the same guys that they were 4 or 5 years ago, but you saw when Linval Joseph was out there, he was just eating up blocks. That's what we need. We saw Ndamukong Suh out there, and it was allowing guys like Fletcher Cox to go on the defensive end position and just showed our versatility. And imagine when Jordan Davis gets back, how scary that defensive line can be, because you can move most, if not all the, I would say, everyone except for probably Linval Joseph and Jordan Davis, you can move to the outside. So it gives you a lot, not a little, it gives you a lot of versatility on that defensive line and a lot of fresh bodies. It enables you to kind of run a rotation that keeps everybody fresh late into the season and late into the playoffs. So I think that while it wasn't the most beautiful win in the world, I think that looking at that defense, those pickups already have paid a big dividends. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, is one of the best running backs in the league, and we were able to stifle him. He still got his. I think he had over 80 yards, but he had like 3.7 yards per carry or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But either way, and we were able to stop their run game. That's really what they wanted to build off of. We made it so that Matt Ryan had to beat us, and while he had some good drives, he had some good throws, he wasn't able to do it. So that was a good game plan. Hey, I can't believe I'm saying this, but kudos to Jonathan Gannon. He did well. There's still questions I got about Jonathan Gannon, but I can't ask them now because our defense played so well, right? So I gotta wait. And I gotta tip my hat to my guy. You did your thing this week. And honestly, we probably don't win that game if it wasn't for our defense playing so well, right? One more touchdown, and we're not in the position to allow. We allow Jalen Hurts to prove to a lot of people that he is that guy. Jalen Hurts is that guy. That last drive was a masterpiece. That last drive really showed you everything encompassed, everything that we've been talking about. I understand that he ran a lot on that last drive, but at the end of the day, that's what was open. That's what the defense was giving him, and that's what he took. Some huge drives, some huge plays from Jalen Hurts, and that ball is coming out beautifully. Shout out to Quez Watkins. I know that they kind of had a drill kind of after, his fumble last week, but he swallowed his pride. He went out there and he practiced, and he had some big plays for the team this week. Look, the Philadelphia Eagles have a young man that is just getting better by the weeks. And at this point, I think Black said it the best. I think Marcus said it the best, man. If you cannot see the maturation in this young man, if you can't say that he's one of the top guys out there right now, you're just hating. There's really nothing else that he has to prove. I really don't understand what else you want to see from Jalen Hurts. You wanted to see a 300-yard game? He got that. You wanted to see him go out there and win with his arm? He got that. You wanted to see him go out there and win a game, period, on a last final drive? He got that. Like, what else do you really need to see from Jalen Hurts? Me personally, nada. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But I will say, most people are diverting their attention from Jalen Hurts now, right? And now they're looking at Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni's a fake tough guy. He's this, he's that, he's this. Man, get off our team, bro. I don't understand why people mad at him because he was out there yelling with the fans when he beat the Colts. Let's nip this in the butt right now. Why did Nick Sirianni get so excited, so hyped to beat the Colts? Because he used to coach there. It was something that was special to him. He knows those guys on a very deep level. He went to war with guys on the other side, right? He knows those guys, damn near like family, right? And he said it at the end of the game in the post-game speech that he made, that those guys they mean a lot to him. They mean a lot to him. So for him to go out there, be able to win, and I said it pre-game, and I said it, prior to this game, we had a great interview. Brandon had a great interview with somebody that covers and speaks to Nick Sirianni on a regular basis. And even he said the Colts know what Nick Sirianni wanted to do, and they know how they can stop him. It comes down to Nick Sirianni going out there and being that much better of a coach and being able to win the game. Jeff Saturday, there's nothing you can say about Jay. He went out there and put us in a dogfight. His game plan was very smart. We just played better. And that's what it came down to. That's really what it came down to. So all this hate on Nick Sirianni, at the end of the day, wouldn't you be hyped if the team that you're now a head coach of was able to go back to your old team and beat them? That's big. That's big. I know Cowboys fans might not feel that because Mike McCarthy can't beat the Green Bay Packers to save his life. But I digress. I'm just saying, I don't understand the hate on Nick Sirianni. I don't think they understand it when they say it. I really don't. I don't think that people that hate on Nick Sirianni even know why they're saying it. It's just like verbal diarrhea at this point. So, you just let them hate. You just kind of let them hate. Last thing I do want to talk about, man, is shout out to the Cowboys. I know I just brought them up, but we appreciate you. Last game that they played against the Vikings was a win-win for us. It really was. It would have been nice to see the Cowboys lose because who likes the Cowboys? But at the same time, we just gained some ground on that home field advantage. And I truly do believe this, that if the Philadelphia Eagles go into these playoffs with home field advantage, we're going to be one of, if not the toughest team to beat. Coming into our house is not an easy thing. We saw it in 2017. We see it this year, right? It is not easy to come into our house and stop us. I mean, shout out to Washington. I guess they did it once. Congratulations. But at the end of the day, if we can get that number one seed, I think it does a lot for this team. A lot for this team mentally, a lot for this team physically. We'll probably be able to rest some guys if it's, we get that towards the end of the year, maybe a week or two in advance. We know we're the number one seed, and now we can say, all right, let's just rest some of our guys. That'll be big. That will be big. We have some veterans on this team that need to be 100% going into the playoffs. That is without a doubt. So I think that game was a win-win for us. It's interesting to see the Dallas Cowboys finally put everything together, though, right? I mean, this wasn't something I really wanted to talk about, but I'm going to say it. I mean, look, the Dallas Cowboys, and we're going to do Best of Enemies tonight, me and James, but you look at the Dallas Cowboys, they're finally able to put that offense and that defense on the field at the same time. It felt like, a lot of these games, it looked like the offense was, kind of sputtering, or the defense just kind of sputtered. They were giving up a lot of points. This game, able to just dominate. And if they're able to continue to do that, I think the only real competition right now for the Eagles is the NFC East. You look at the Giants, even though they took a tough loss. Yeah, I mean, they're playing good football. Obviously, Washington is scraping and clawing. We don't have to play them again, but we saw what they did against us. So we never know. You never know what's going to happen with this NFC East. It's going to be very, very interesting. I know I kind of went all over the place, but you guys pick a topic, pick something that I talked about, and let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments, man. You know I love to start conversations in there, but other than that, man, y'all know what it is.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly, Eagles flying. We on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call them